And I'd like to invite our first speaker, Zhvania. I don't know what you think, whether you think teenagers suffer too much, not enough, or at all. But Anna's going to talk to us about that. Yeah.
Hi. So the other day I was reading a book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. It is called The General and His Labyrinth, and I'm sure that everybody has heard of the author. He's one of my favorite authors, actually. So I came across such a question, which one of the main characters asks, how will I ever get out of the labyrinth? Well, it actually got me thinking, is life a labyrinth? Since the beginning of time, religion, philosophy, and even literature has been trying to come up with an answer to this question, but sadly everybody had different points of view, which is why today we don't really have an actual answer to that question. So, what is life really? We teenagers especially wonder about the meaning of life. We tend to think about and spend most of our time thinking about those kind of questions which are unanswered. So what we do is that we sit around all day and we just think, well, what about this second? Why do we need to spend our entire time thinking about suffering? Will that even help us? Will it make the suffering any less painful? Will it stop? Well, I'm going to tell you that it won't help. It won't get us out of the chaos. It won't help us be in less pain. So, what do? I think personally that we should grasp the moment we have in front of us, because we won't get a chance later on to take it back. So why do we need to lock ourselves in a dark room and think about all the problems that we have? I mean, we tend to constantly plan for the future. Of course, it's necessary and we need to do that. We need to avoid any risks, any problems from the future. But what about this second? Think about it. Are you just going to let it pass you by? So just think, go out, have a drink, have a laugh, run, jog, invite your friend to a restaurant, because that will really help you. The next thing you know, you're 80 years old and you're sitting and you're still planning to get out of this labyrinth. Maybe even then you won't realize that you have spent your entire life planning to get out of this labyrinth. Well, let me tell you this, suffering does not stop. If we think about it, suffering is really a part of our life. So we need to learn to accept this. And once we accept that the suffering, the pain, the problems, the mistakes we make are a part of our life, we might then eventually become happy or in a good position. I was thinking the other day that I spend my time maybe entirely thinking about how to get out of this labyrinth. Well, now when I come to think about it, I regret every single second I have wasted on that. And I'm 17 years old and I still have my entire life ahead of me. So is that, healthy? Well, no, of course it's not. Will it help me get out of this labyrinth? Well, it won't. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not telling you to do something because this is your life. You get to choose what you want to do. The moment we are born, we enter this maze. We take the first step, we make the decisions, and throughout life we try to get out of this pain. But what about the process? When you're faced at a crossroads, you have two choices. You either go right or you either go left. But what we tend to do is we sit around by the crossroads and we think, which road will make me suffer lighter, which will not bring me pain or problems. Well, life is about taking risks, taking chances, taking anything new. So why do you need to just sit around and worry about what's going to happen next? Nobody knows what the future or what tomorrow might bring. So, you might be thinking that I'm crazy or something, that I'm just a 17-year-old girl who should be really focusing on school, friends, family, And well, usually normal teenagers don't really think about those kind of problems, but I personally, I do. I spend my time thinking about how to get out of this labyrinth. But does suffering stop? Does it ever stop? It doesn't have an end. It never stops. It's just a part of our life. So, do we spend each precious second of our life thinking about that? Well, no, we shouldn't do that. Maybe it's important to plan for tomorrow, but think about it. Think about this second. Think about this moment, what you're going to do. You know, we have all those questions about life. You know, what is life? What is the meaning of life? I mean, can you explain the Big Bang? Can you explain the way our brains work? Can you explain why we die? Or what happens after death? I mean, do we get out of this labyrinth after we die eventually? Well, nobody knows. I don't know, you don't know, nobody does. But maybe, just maybe, the point of life is to have all those unsolved mysteries, to have all those unsolved puzzles, to make us think more, to make us understand more. Maybe that is the point of life, to live in such confusion. For me personally, the labyrinth of suffering embodies our doubts and confusion of life. The fact that we don't really know anything at all. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. But the thing is that we are in charge of our life. Maybe we don't have the power to choose where we come from or how we were born or whatsoever, but we do have the power to choose where we go from here. So think about your steps, you know. Don't just sit around in a room, be depressed, be sad, be in a bad mood because life has many obstacles. Maybe God is testing us, or maybe He's punishing us. I mean, some of you might think that we don't deserve it. And what about the good people, you know? Why are they being punished? Are they being punished for something the bad people did? Or what about the children, you know, those pure, small little kids who are so cute when you look at them? Why are they being punished? I mean, some get diseases, some lose their family members at the age of 5. Why are they being punished? Well, nobody really knows. So, they say that when life, an arrow is shot by pulling it backwards. So, when life is journeying with difficulties, it means that it is launching you into something good, something big, something new. Maybe that will make you happy. But during the process, don't forget to lose the moments. Don't forget to live through those moments because you won't get a chance later on to take those minutes back, to take those precious seconds back. And I'm telling you that you will regret every single second you have wasted. So, just keep moving forward because once you're in the maze, once you are born and you enter the maze, you can't just go back to the start or just jump to the end or go out. You have to enjoy the journey you take. You have to enjoy every single second and not anything go to waste. So just keep moving forward and just keep aiming. Thank you very much.